Okay, Mr. Hall brought you to court, Miss Doug, and you were served to be here. It looks like he was wanting a reduction in his child support. He actually wrote he had receipts in the petition. So, do you know anything about that?
Well, apparently he's Casper.
Okay.
Because he ain't showed up. So, I mean, he's clearly wasting my time. He was clubbing last night, so maybe he just couldn't get up.
Okay.
I don't know.
Because he did say something, he was a promoter, a rapper or something, right?
It's the day of court, but something's already wrong. Mr. Hall, the man who filed for a reduction in child support, is nowhere to be found. His absence is suspicious, but his excuses are even worse. Clubbing rap gigs, the mother stands. Alone, confused and frustrated, what happens when the petitioner doesn't even show up for his own case? Keep watching. It only gets messier.
He a rapper.
Okay.
He needs to wrap himself around the job, but anyway.
That was not nice, Miss
I know,
Doug.
I'm sorry. I'm frustrated.
I
because
understand
didn't
your
have to-
frustration. You had to be here today. He didn't show up,
Right.
obviously. So,
And
you
I'm
know.
paying for a sitter, but okay.
All right. So he said he wants a reduction in child support. You know anything about that?
Yeah, but I don't think he deserves to get a reduction, Your Honor.
So tell me about that.
Okay, so last time you told him that he needed to put the kids on medical insurance.
Right.
He has failed to do so. The kids are still on my medical.
The tension builds as the mother opens up. She's tired, she's stressed, and she's angry. He's asking for a reduction in child support, but still hasn't added the kids to medical insurance like the court ordered. She's here, paying for a sitter, while he's nowhere to be found. What kind of parent dodges responsibilities? And the courtroom.
Not only that, he's not picking them up for the visitation. I'm still paying people to help me as far as like sitters and take the kids to and from school.
Okay.
I have some proof right here of the things that Mr. Hall has been doing that shows that he has the money, but he's just not making the time.
Okay. So you have the proof, I'm assuming, to say why his child support shouldn't be reduced.
Correct.
Okay. Did you want me to look at that? Because if so, our bailiff can come and get
Yes,
that.
Your Honor.
Okay.
And so I made you your own copies, and I have some to go along with you.
Okay. All right.
She's not just talking. She came with receipts, literally. From missed visitations to transportation expenses, she's been doing it all. And while she parents alone, Mr. Hall lives like he's child-free. The judge is listening, and the evidence is piling up. What exactly has Mr. Hall been spending his money on?
So in Exhibit A, Your Honor, you see Mr. Hall, and he's gone to the dentist and had diamonds placed in his teeth.
Interesting.
So, I mean, he has the money, like, again, he picks and chooses what he wants to do with his money.
Okay.
And then, so if you go to Exhibit B, Mr. Hall just paid for a video shoot. So, again, he's showing that diamond-encrusted tooth.
All right. Have you seen him since he had these diamonds on his teeth?
No, ma'am, I hadn't seen him since the last court.
Okay.
Exhibit A, diamond teeth. Yes, diamonds. Mr. Hall found time and money for a dentist, but not for his children. Exhibit B, a flashy music video. He's flaunting his wealth while demanding to pay less. As the courtroom stares at his glittering grill, one thing becomes clear. This isn't about what he can afford, but what he chooses to value.
Do you know, and maybe it's in your evidence, I'm just jumping ahead. Do you know if he ever mentioned how much these crushed diamonds cost?
No, but I'm pretty sure he paid a good penny for them. I'm sure he didn't put rhinestones in his mouth, so.
It could be that, what they call it, that cubic stuff?
CZ?
Yeah, I think that's
I'm not sure.
it. Okay.
And then on Exhibit C, you see he's laying in a bed of clouds or cotton or something like that, but
Yeah, it looked real interesting.
yeah, he's out playing and not helping with the 3 kids, so.
The judge wants numbers. How much were those diamonds worth? The mom doesn't know, but she's sure of one thing. They're not cubic zirconia. As the evidence rolls in, it gets worse. Mr. Hall, lying in a luxury cloud bed set for a video shoot, is off playing pretend while his 3 real kids wait for help that never comes.
Again, I don't feel like it needs to be reduced, because if you can see, I mean, from the pictures and stuff, that Mr. Hall is just not being an active participant or parent, and I'm doing all the parenting and stuff by myself. Again, he didn't even bother to show up to court, but he had me served. So,
In Exhibit D, am I supposed to be looking at some tennis shoes?
yeah, so in this picture, Mr. Hall has on some new retro Jordans, but has yet to pay retroactive child support.
From Retro, Jordan's 2, no retroactive payments. The irony is painful. The mother shows Exhibit D a crisp pair of Jordans on his feet, while unpaid child support sits in the air like a storm cloud. She's exhausted, doing everything alone, and the one who dragged her here didn't even bother to show. This is courtroom disrespect at its peak.
So, yeah, those shoes can go anywhere from $200, depending on where he purchased them. I'm sure he could have used that money towards the health insurance.
Well, if those shoes are that expensive, then yeah. So, I mean, thank you for bringing it. I don't really know what to do with it because he didn't show up for court today.
I know.
Did he contact you at all about coming to court?
No, but I just went on his Instagram and he had like a show last night. So apparently, like I said, it must be more important than being here. He may be just laid up somewhere, so I don't know.
The cost of those Jordans, upwards of $200, money that could have helped cover health insurance or basic needs. Instead, Mr. Hall is doing shows, flaunting online, and ghosting real responsibility. The judge is trying to make sense of it all, but how do you deal with someone who won't even show up?
Does he get paid for appearances when he have these shows?
He does.
Okay.
And
So it's not volunteer work or nothing?
It can range anywhere from like $3,000 to $10,000, depending on what venue is called him. So I'm not sure why he isn't here, Your Honor. I just brought my evidence to do my due diligence because I was ordered to come to court. So I don't know what to say about Mr. Hall, but I mean, the child support can just stay the same and him just reimburse me for the medical because he's not going to do it.
Okay. Well, I do appreciate you showing up, that you got served.
Mr. Hall gets paid thousands for each performance, but still he says he needs to pay less for his kids. She came to court, followed the law, and brought the truth. He brought nothing. The frustration is rising. The judge sees the truth. But what can be done if the petitioner doesn't appear?
You may not know this, or maybe you do know it, depending on how often you have to come to the courthouse and do your own paperwork and such, but everybody doesn't show up when they're served to come to court. So that I can appreciate, and I also can appreciate you bringing actual evidence because people don't do that either.
Right.
However, I don't know.
It's really nothing.
There's really nothing that can be done because he's the petitioner. He's the one who brought this lawsuit before the court, so he would be the one having to come in and state his claims for relief. This would be like your rebuttal evidence, essentially.
Right.
The judge finally speaks. Most people don't even show up when served, but she did. She came prepared, with evidence and grace. Still, there's a twist. Because Mr. Hall filed the case and then ghosted, the court is tied. She gave her all. But will it be enough?
So, I mean, there's nothing for me to do but to dismiss this case. Now, I just want you to understand, he can't refile it.
Okay, that's fine.
So, I would hope he wouldn't do this again, but I just want you to know that he could do this again.
I mean, and if he does, I'm sure he'll give me more evidence. So, you know,
Okay.
I'm okay with that. I mean, I showed up to court because it's the law, so that's why I showed up. So.
Okay, well, thank you for that.
The verdict is in case dismissed. Why? Because Mr. Hall failed to appear. Again, no resolution, no answers. But now she knows. He can do this all over again. And next time, she'll be even more prepared. He started this fight, but she's not backing down.
Well, did you have any questions for me while you're here?
No, Your Honor. I mean, I feel like everything was answered last time. I know, well, yeah. Can I get an increase if he does bring me back to court and I show proof that he's making more money?
Well, and see, that's the thing. Even if you do show proof, you have to file your own petition with the court asking the court to increase his child support.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
All right. Do you understand?
Yes, I understand.
Okay. Well, if there's nothing further, you're dismissed.
No, thank you, John.
You're welcome.
With grace and patience, she asks one final question. Can she increase support if he brings her back again? The answer? Yes, but she'll have to file. Despite the stress, the wasted time, and the emotional toll, she leaves with her head high. She did her part. And in the eyes of many, that makes her the real winner. If you've ever felt unseen in your fight for justice, this story is for you. Drop a like if you believe in accountability, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more real courtroom moments that matter.